Hello, everyone. This is Jennifer Brown, Family Consumer Science Agent with the North Carolina Cooperative Extension Service. And I'm here today to talk to you about the More in My Basket program. It is a food assistance program that helps millions of people in North Carolina and across the U.S. And during this presentation, we'll discuss ways for you to get the most money out of your food budget. When we promote the More in My Basket program, we provide brochures that we put out to the community for them to kind of understand a little bit about it, as well as to think about what would you do if you had extra food money each month. So looking at our brochures, it first talks about the SNAP program, or FNS. This stands for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. It's called SNAP for short, and this is the National Food Assistance Program that helps millions of households access food. In North Carolina, this program is referred to as the Food and Nutrition Services, otherwise known as FNS. But a lot of people still know the program by its former names, food stamps. Some people will even refer to the program as EBT, which refers to the debit card that is used to make SNAP food purchases, but we'll talk about that later. So how many people participate? Well, SNAP is the largest food program offered by the federal government. It's meant to serve as kind of a hunger safety net for everyone in the U.S. who needs it and who is eligible to receive benefits. There is no waiting list, and there are funds to serve all that are eligible. We'll talk about eligibility a little bit later. But in the United States, 41 million people receive SNAP benefits each year. And in North Carolina, the program serves 1 million people. That means that 1 million people are eating healthier than they would without SNAP. We know that good nutrition is important to health, and so it's important to the people that are using the SNAP program. But unfortunately, many people don't realize they're eligible. So I know when you look at the numbers that I just mentioned, those participation numbers may seem high, but there are many people that are not receiving SNAP benefits but are eligible. Therefore, the More in My Basket conducts outreach to educate people about SNAP, the benefits of participating, and also to help eligible people connect to the important program. The More in My Basket program is funded by the USDA and the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services so that we can try to reach more eligible people. I want you to know about this program because you may be eligible or someone you know may be eligible. In North Carolina, SNAP reaches 1 million people, but when looking at all age groups, approximately 20% of people that are eligible do not participate. So that's 1 in 5 people are eligible but are not currently participating. Among seniors, participation is even lower. Only about half of eligible seniors participate in SNAP. There might be a lot of different reasons. Some may not know they're eligible, some may not know how to apply, or they don't think that the money that they're going to get from SNAP is going to make that big of a benefit and be worth applying. So throughout this presentation, we'll talk about those different things. But why does it matter? Because nearly 1.6 million people in North Carolina experience food insecurity, which is 15% of the population. Food insecurity means that a person doesn't have access to enough food and nutritious food needed to maintain a healthy, active lifestyle. People that experience food insecurity often make tough decisions between buying food and meeting other obligations, such as paying bills. To make ends meet, they may cut the size of their meals, skip meals, or not pay the electric bill or mortgage. Some people may even delay going to the doctor or not take the necessary medication they need because they cannot afford it. So, who receives benefits? 2/3 of our participants are children, the elderly, or disabled. But we reach a wide variety of households, from individuals living alone to larger families. The average SNAP household size is 2 people. And again, 2/3 of those people, that 1 million that's receiving benefits in North Carolina, are children, elderly, or disabled. So how does SNAP support work? Many people who receive SNAP are employed. About 43% of participants live in households where one or more members are working. And if that number seems low, keep in mind that many SNAP households include members that we don't expect to work, such as seniors or people with disabilities. More than 75% of households that include a person who is had a job in the year before or after receiving SNAP benefits. So we want people to work, and most participants who can work do work. But again, I've already told you that 2/3 of the SNAP recipients are children, elderly, and disabled, people that we aren't expecting to work. So how does the program work? Basically, people who apply and are eligible receive a set amount of benefits each month. Those benefits used to come in the form of paper stamps, known as food stamps, but that's no longer the case. So when you're approved for SNAP benefits, a plastic card is issued that's called a EBT card, which stands for Electronic Benefits Transfer Card, and it's just like a debit card. So we'll talk about the card a little bit more, but the benefits are used to purchase eligible food items. So what are those eligible food items? Well, you can purchase fresh and frozen meats and seafood, fresh, frozen, and canned veggies, milk, cheese, and other dairy items, bread, rice, cereal, and other grains, deli items like meat and cheese. You can purchase most food items, but there are some restrictions. Those restrictions include things like you cannot purchase hot, fresh foods. You cannot purchase beer, wine, liquor, cigarettes, or tobacco. Non-food items such as pet food, soap, paper products, or household supplies, vitamins and medicine. And as I mentioned, those hot, already prepared foods such as a rotisserie chicken or hot, already prepared pizza, but you can buy a frozen or refrigerated pizza or refrigerated rotisserie chicken. You can also buy plants and seeds to grow food. This is very important because we want people to have a little bit of independence. And for every $1 spent on seeds and fertilizer, home gardeners can grow an average of $25 worth of produce. So those seeds and edible plants can be purchased at any retailer or farmer's market that accepts EBT cards. And the great thing about many plants is they can be grown in a pot on the patio or a hanging planter on the porch. You don't necessarily need a big yard in order to grow fruits and veggies. So more about that EBT card. Looking at the electronic benefits transfer card, as I mentioned, you're going to use it like a debit card. So it's very simple to use. You get the card in the mail, there's instructions on how to activate the card and set up your PIN number. When you're making purchases with your EBT card, you do not pay sales tax. And in North Carolina, the sales tax on food is 2%. So not only are you saving money on the money that they give you for your SNAP benefits, but you're saving the tax money. It may not sound like a lot, 2% sales tax, but over the course of a year, that money can definitely add up. Another great feature is a person does not have to use the entire amount of their SNAP benefits each month. The money can roll over from month to month for up to a year. Some people like to let some of the money accrue for a few months before using it. You could save up to buy food for a holiday meal or even a special occasion like a birthday. There is an app. There's an app for everything. The EBT Edge app is available for your smartphone. You can download this to check your balance, deposit history, transaction history, benefit schedule, locate SNAP retailers near you, and even set language preferences. So where to shop with your EBT card? SNAP benefits can be used at a wide variety of stores, such as grocery stores, convenience stores, dollar stores, large discount stores, such as Walmart or Target, membership warehouses, such as Sam's Club or Costco, and even some farmers markets. And you'll see the We Accept SNAP Benefits sign or EBT card sign on the outside of those stores. So now we have a little activity for you. We have a sample grocery store circular that I'm going to show you in a minute, and we are going to give you a fake coupon for $15. So during this thing, you're going to look at the grocery circular and pretend that I gave you $15 to purchase eligible food items that are listed in this circular. what would you buy? And remember, you don't have to pay sales tax. So at this point in the video, you might want to pause it so that you have plenty of time to really look through it. We even recommend you getting a piece of paper and a calculator or using your phone and calculate what foods that you would buy. So just making a simple list of what you're going to buy, how many of that item you're going to buy, and the price, and get that total and try to keep it within $15. So looking at this particular circular, if you're living alone, you could get a whole chicken, 5-pound chicken for $6.50, and that's probably going to last you several meals. You could get some bananas and carrots and bread. You can also save money by buying food in the can section or even the freezer section, depending on what time of year it is, because some of the produce is going to be more expensive if it's not in season. So paying attention to those things. Also, if you make your own food as opposed to buying a bag of frozen chicken nuggets, you're going to be able to save money that way. And the Extension Office can provide recipes as well as other information about how to keep some of your food budget down. And we have another workshop that we will be doing that will provide more information on that. So again, take a look at this circular. Write down what you would buy if I gave you $15. So why do you think I only gave you $15? Because $15 is the minimum monthly SNAP allotment for smaller households. Some people think it's not worth participating if all you're going to get is $15. But would you throw away $15 if I mailed it to you every month? Of course not. And remember, that's the minimum monthly allotment for small households. Most households receive much more than $15. In fact, the average monthly benefit in North Carolina is $125 per person. That's definitely worth filling out a SNAP application. So, are you eligible? Well, that depends. Eligibility is primarily based on your household's income. But we need to tell you what is defined as a household. A household is considered a group of individuals who live together, buy food together, and prepare food together. So married couples and minor children living with a parent must participate as one household. In certain situations, a house may contain more than one household. For example, if the individual buys and prepares food separately. This could be a roommate situation or even a parent living with their adult children. When looking at your actual income, here is a chart for you. So to determine the maximum income for your household size, you're going to look at column 1 to find out the number of people living in your household. Then you're going to go over to the third column to determine that maximum income level. For example, a person living in a 2-person household may qualify for SNAP if they have a gross income of $2,744 or below. Okay, but you do have to meet a standard gross income limit, which is that second column. Again, the people from the More in My Basket program can help answer your questions and help you fill out this application and determine if you are eligible. Because there are things that you might not know that you can deduct. So a person may be eligible to count some or all of these deductions. So there are deductions for rent and mortgage, utilities, and earned income. Also, if a person pays for childcare, that counts as a deduction. For people who are 60 years and older or have a disability, medical expenses are counted as a deduction if the person pays more than $35 out of pocket each month. So looking at those allowable medical expenses, there's a broad range of them. And this chart just shows you some of the ones within the category of basic care, such as your medical care and dental care, your drugs, whether they're prescriptions and over-the-counter, equipment such as medical supplies, dentures, hearing aids, eyeglasses, your insurance policy premiums and Medicare premiums, services such as service animal expenses, or even some of your transportation or lodging that you might have to use to obtain medical treatment or services. So Looking at another factor of eligibility would be your citizenship. All individuals who are U.S. citizens are available to participate in the SNAP program. So the Department of Social Services will verify citizenship through a Social Security card. If a parent is not a citizen, but their child is, the parent can apply for benefits on behalf of the child. In North Carolina, most households are not subject to a resource test because some people feel that you might not be eligible to receive SNAP benefits if you have certain resources. You can qualify for SNAP benefits even if you own a home, car, land, or have a retirement and bank account. SNAP benefits the community. And the way it does that is because every dollar that is spent in SNAP benefits generates nearly twice that amount in economic activity. So for example, the extra money an individual spends on food goes back into the economy, helping pay the salaries of those grocery clerks, truck drivers, and even farmers. How can you apply? Well, you can complete the application. You can contact our More in My Basket program staff. They can assist you in completing that application. You can also complete it online on North Carolina ePass web address, which is epass.nc.gov. And you can even go to the local Department of Social Services office to pick up an application in person to complete. When you have completed that application, it needs to be submitted to DSS, either by mail, fax, or in person. And then the DSS caseworker will call you to set up an appointment to talk about your eligibility and how your application did. So remember, the More in My Basket program support staff is here for you. You can call them by phone Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. When you call, that staff can help answer the questions that you might have. They can complete a quick eligibility screening to determine if you are eligible, and they can provide assistance with completing the Food Nutrition Services application. So give them a call today at 1-855-240-1451. This has been Jennifer Brown, Family Consumer Science Agent with the North Carolina Cooperative Extension Service in Person and Granville counties. If you'd like more information on this topic, or if you'd like to attend a workshop we have on developing a household and food budget, you can email me at jennifer.brown@ncsu.edu or call either of our extension offices. For recipes and other information about family consumer science programs that we have available, you can check us out on facebook.com/Person Granville FCS. Thanks for tuning in.